Greetings, Inquisitors, and welcome to the stream. Got to build some Lex Talionis tonight. Fun stuff. I tell you what I'm not going to build. Apparently I have no carbonite circuit boards. I was in here looking right before I went live, and I'm suffering from carbonite circuit depletion, it appears. So we can crunch some things up and try to get some, but we're definitely looking for that shop. I'm saving up crystals, try to get a purchase out of there. I haven't been paying enough attention. I hope that it didn't come and go while I wasn't paying enough attention. I don't think the shops had circuit boards for a while. But that could either mean that they haven't been in there or that I missed them when they cycled through. But either way, we'll be able to make some tonight, try to get some progress, and then we will. I want to do those. See if there's any more gray stuff that we can crunch up here. So I'll be okay for tonight, but then certainly have to look for those going forward. 251 seems like an okay number. That'll put us at 300. Let's do the same thing for bronze wiring, see if we can get a little bit over here. Got to nibble away at some of everything. We can get 50 more of these. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. We need more than that. I guess we'll have to crunch up some decent materials here. Obviously, we're not using them. Mark V stun guns, man, used to be, those were the bottleneck for everybody's account. You would never have gotten rid of these things. It's so hard to even click that button right now. I see the button, but I can't click it. Can't bring myself to click it. All right, transistors. Let's see if we can craft some weapon mods here. This is looking good. Craft these up. All right. And then let's see if we can craft up some armors. The armors use a piece that I'm always out of. Yeah, these stun cuffs, I never have those in any reasonable quantity, so we'll make a few of them. And then we'll sacrifice those. They convert at a much, much higher rate than the raw materials up top. But we do get tons of Mark 7 armor here, so we can scrap some of that. Alright, get some more transistors that way. Heat sinks. Got a few purchases of these holo projectors. KNG says, hola, amigo. Hola. Ye old Inquisitores. I asked if anybody knows Kozilek. There's a there's a Magic the Gathering card called Inquisition of Kozilek. It's a really nice card. Just look at their hand and grab pretty much anything that's 3 cost or less. So you question their hand and then take their best card. Do we have any more watches here that we can craft? Maybe we could. We only got 2. Oof, I'm starting to run out of everything. So my relic rate has come up on my characters. My ability to get the older characters to gear 12 has come up quite nicely, which means that I've used up all my relic making materials pretty quickly here. So this account's on about a 10-day relic cycle or more. But we're going to get back-to-back relics. We got that Gamorrean Guard last week, and we're going to get the Mob Enforcer this week. So we'll have 2 relics 2 weeks in a row. We've also got Skiff Guard that we can take up at least 1 more gear tier, but he'll be the next relic target. And then we can start working on these other folks. Fennec is almost to 7 stars. We need 14 more shards, so that will probably be my next target. We'll put some gear on her, and we'll start... Oh, she's a Cairo character, though, isn't she? So maybe I need to alternate. We'll go Lando, then we'll go back to maybe something out of the Luke journey. And we still have to farm Aura, too. Yeah, let's take a look at the Jedi Knight Luke journey and see what I need there. Get that journey queued up, and we can look at it here. Okay, Leia Organa's coming along. Probably still going to need 2 more territory wars for her. Lando is done, farmed up. So Captain Han. We need to get Captain Han. And then Hermit Yoda. Okay. Lando, Rolo, Hermit, Captain Han. So let's just make a journey out of that. Captain Han. Okay. It's not going to select for me. Then we needed Lando. And Hermes Yoda. Okay. And Jedi Knight Luke. Alright, so Hermit Yoda's almost to 6 stars. We need 3 more shards to put him at 6. So we're on the home stretch. We need, what, 103 more shards on him. So, yeah, it's that's not bad. Right? Well, let's see, 50 divided by 10. Well, like 10 more weeks or so. 10 more weeks-ish. So if it's 10 more weeks, I can relic probably 6 relics in that time. So I should probably switch over to Jedi Knight Luke now. We should probably focus up, get Captain Han farmed up. So that's what we'll do. We'll do Lando next. And then we'll plan after Lando to do another Lando. We'll do Skiff Guard Lando, and then we'll do Lando. And by then, hopefully, we'll have... Yeah, I'll have to farm up Captain Han. So that's what we'll do. All right, we've got a plan. I also have to farm up Jedi Knight Revan. So once we get Jedi Knight Luke, we're definitely going to want Jedi Knight Revan. I had farmed Bastila earlier, or got shards from her from somewhere else. So she's looking pretty good. But I just started on Mission and Jolie and them a couple weeks back. So we're going to be a long time farming up the Jedi Knight Revan. But we couldn't do it any sooner, right? Because we had the characters to farm up for the journey in the first place. So it's not like anything was forgotten. You just can't farm everything all at once. So as I finished up the Jabba journey requirements, got that Fennec farmed up, got the Tusken farmed up, Jawa. So as they finished, we rotated in the Jedi Knight Revan characters. So we'll get Jedi Knight Luke, and then, you know, we'll have him for a while before we get Revan going, but that's okay. And we can't finish Jabba anyway until we get Luke, so I don't mind to build part of this journey and then take a little bit of a detour and then come back and finish out Jabba once we get Luke. That will be the plan. Bastille and Fallen were on the monthly calendar in October. Ah, that what you mean. What do you mean a 10-day relic cycle? So, if you focus on one relic at a time, which that's the way I build my account always. So none of the materials for Gear 12 get put on a character until I'm ready to take that specific character to Gear 13. It takes me about 10 days to gather all of the materials needed to take a character from Gear 12 to Gear 13. So like on my Loquitur account, I'm down to like 6.2 day relic cycle. It might be even lower than that. I haven't checked lately. I had like 2 weeks back to back that were 2 relic weeks. This week I didn't get a relic, but that would make 4 relics in 3 weeks. So basically you just figure out how fast how fast you can gather the materials required to take a character to Gear 13. What that allows me to do, if I know roughly how long that takes on an account, then I can plan out journeys. And I can look at this and say, okay, I've got 4 characters over there, then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've got a total of 11 characters that I need a relic. That's 110 days. You can divide that out and say, okay, I'm about 3 to 4 months away from Jabba. We're looking at 16 weeks or something like that to Jabba. So it lets you plan things out, or at least it does for me. So, yeah. And if you can gather up those Gear 13 materials, and in the time that it takes you to relic a character, you can't farm enough signal data because you're not getting Cantina refreshes, or you can't get enough Bronzium wiring, or, everything has to be at the same level. And if it's not, then you have to shift resources. Like, let's say you were getting all these materials like this, no problem. You had those in the bank and you didn't need to farm them, but you were missing Cantina refreshes. Well, then you would stop doing so many fleet refreshes, do more Cantina refreshes, and try to balance that out. It's kind of the only min-maxing left in the game. All right, so let's go ahead and proceed with this relic. We'll take Mob Enforcer up. And what do we need Mob Enforcer to be for the journey? Mob Enforcer's 3? Yeah, 3. 3 shall be the number of the counting, and the number of the counting shall be 3. Thou shalt not count to 4, nor shalt thou count to 2, lest I proceed immediately unto 3. For 3 is the number of the counting, and the number of the counting is 3. This thermal detonator looks a little bit like the Holy Hand Grenade, Some analogies there, I guess. Alright, so Relic 3, get off my favorites list. You don't belong on my favorites list. You'll probably never be on my favorites list again. Alright, let's put this on favorites. Let's put them all up on favorites. We'll put Fennec up there. You know what? We'll even put Jabba up on favorites. Why not? Be a while before we see him lit up, but he'll be there when we get there. Okay, good. Let's see what we can put on Skiff Guard here. Here's a Cairo, so we got that. This is a 2 Cairo level. Wah wah. All right, so Skiff Guard Lando is probably not next then. Okay, what does that mean? What does that mean? That means we take a detour over to Little Lando, to old school Lando. because that means I still need 150 Kairos for Skiff Guard, and I can't remember if the next level has Cairo as well. So let's just plan on Lando. We'll farm a little bit up here. And by a little bit, I mean 1 tick. Wow. Okay, let's do a refresh here. Nope. All right, there we go. We got a couple of them. Start upgrading here until I get to a stopping point. I don't think this Lando has any Cairo at all on him, right? We're short on this now. Okay. Let's farm up some of those. Okay, good. All right, now we're to real gear that we don't have. Wow. We're out of a lot of stuff because those carbonite circuit boards I made apparently ran us out of everything. Okay. We'll need to get... oh, we got plenty of those crafted. I don't need to craft it. Okay, so what do we need here? Yikes. Everything. All right. Wow. All right. We're going to be done with this. We'll just wait till next week if we have all this nonsense to worry about. Okay, so we need those. Got them in the shop. Okay. Also have them here. It's not a bad. Grab a couple of those there. Now what do we need here? More of these again. All right, fine. Upgrade. Let's at least get the real gear that he needs, you know? Okay. Equip that. All right. That's more trash. This is real. Okay. So we can buy those out of the shop. Yeah, let's just buy them. Need all little trash now. Craft. Use all my refreshes today just for garbage gear. Okay, bits and pieces. Upgrade. All right. It's more junk stuff. It's just trash. Like all of the stuff with meaningful gear we're able to get. It's just this little trash stuff that we can't find. More of these again. Okay. All the way to gear 12. It was a struggle, but we got there. All right. These refreshes brought to you by Darth Loquitur. And I'm not putting omegas on this character. I probably won't put omegas on this character. He has a ship, though. I can't say never, because who knows, maybe someday, for whatever reason, they'll make Lando's ship, like, super good. And then I'll be in there putting omegas on him, giving him 6-dot mods, and trying to make him fully viable for fleet. All right. We're doing pretty good on signal data. I think right now is a good time to go farm that Captain Han, right? We've got 165, 170, 180, so we've got signal data for our next relic. That's good. We're doing well there. So for this next week, I will go farm shards for Captain Han. Okay, let's move this up to the top. We still have to farm Aura Sing too. So what I'll do, even if I finish out Captain Han Solo, I'll keep working on Aura Sing as well. We'll take like a week, maybe even 2 weeks, farm up those character shards, and then we'll be back on signal data after that. All right, seems like a plan. Logical. We can kick him and him out of there. Goodbye. We don't need to look at those character faces. Captain Han, 65 out of 80. So that's probably 2 weeks worth of farming just to get him. Okay. All right. So the next logical thing to do then would be to go after mods for the week. Let me see if chat's got anything going on over here. KNG says, makes sense. I'm still trying to get efficient at it. I try to watch guides, but it's hard to watch videos outside of work. And when working, I usually end up zoning the info out. Yeah, I mean, if you try to listen to content stuff in the background, that's exactly what happens. You're working on, at least that's what I do. Like, I watched Skeleton Crew, but I was really working on other stuff. And I out of the 2 episodes I watched, I probably got 10% of the content. Just because, you know, you put it on in the background and then you can't do 2 things. They actually have done studies on that. You know, people say that they can multitask, but multitasking is actually interactively doing one thing and then switching back and forth. And you really can't focus on more than one thing at once. Most people can't. I'm sure there's exceptions. Anytime you say never or no one, there's always some kind of exception to those rules. So I won't say never. I won't be so foolish as to make that mistake. But yeah, I hear you. Okay, let's go through mods then. Filter for smalls. I thought about making a YouTube channel just to show my day-to-day routine so people can tell me how bad it is in the comments and just get advice that way. I've done daily routine videos on Loquitur. When I was doing the Obtisio account, I don't think I've done it for Lex Talionis, but I did it for Obtisio, where I literally showed every click, every day, what I was doing. Maybe I need to do that again and just kind of go through a day in the life of, you know, sort of where the energy gets spent, what materials get bought. I probably need to update my gear guide too. I think most people understand now where all the gear comes from in the game. It's not as sort of, there's not many tricks to it anymore. But I should probably do an updated gear video for 2025. Maybe I could do that. Did you see the new light speed bundles? DL, how many droid brains do you have? Very few. Very few. Yeah, I don't know. We're definitely at a lack of droid brains on this account. I missed the word droids at first. I thought Ray Ray was asking me how many brains do I have. I thought the answer was just going to be 1. All right. We got some small mods here. We get these sometimes from events and things, so let's sell those first. Any stats here that we want? We got a defense triangle with defense. I farmed up some defense mods and some crit chance mods. Yeah, we'll just save that 1 and see. Maybe we'll get lucky with it. All right, gray mods for the week. Let's run these all up. In one of my Loquitur updates, I was talking about how I really like working on gray mods because some of my best mods have come from gray mods. And I had some questions about that and how I could justify the math, because any mod that starts with 5 speed has the exact same chances to develop the same stats. And in the end, it's all about controlling your second roll. So when I work on gray mods, you'll see, oop, what did I do? Okay, finish and slice gray. When I'm working on gray mods, I get rid of all the 3-speed ones, so I'm not working on them. And when I start upgrading my 4 and 5 speed mods, I'm looking for mods that hit like 10 or 11 speed. If they're 9 speed, I don't work on them so much. What that means is the gray mods that I build, it's expensive to build them because of all the slicing materials, but the quality of the speed rolls is slightly better. It statistically comes down to like 1.5 speed overall. So basically 1 to 2 more speed. But that's the difference between 25 and 27. So, yeah. Anyway, but for those who are wondering, like on the Loquitur account, I still buy every decent 5-speed gold mod that shows up in the shop. So it's not like I like working on gray mods and then don't also try to work on the, the gold mod strategy. I do both, but I don't spend the 15 cost refreshes on the shop over and over again looking for gold mods. So that is something that I tend not to do. Well, we're not having much luck here hitting any of these 5-speed. There we go, 11. So now that we've got 11, see, that's the thing. This is great, 17. Okay, we got a 3-speed hit. That's not so fantastic. Took the edge off of our 17-speed mod in a hurry. But 21 speed. And now, I mean, if we get lucky with one of these slices, we could get over, there we go, 25-speed mod. All right, that 3-speed roll in there kind of killed us, but if that had been a 4 or 5, we'd have really been killing it on this mod. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Good statistics, though. That's our that's our one good mod for the week. If everything else doesn't work, we're still perfectly happy with that. All right, 5-speed there. Doesn't work. Don't hit it. And for these gray mods, I mean, testing them for that first hit only takes like 10 of the most basic material for slicing. So I don't feel too bad about farming that up throughout the week and trying these gray mods. I know a lot of people do very little slicing. They only slice mods that they pretty much just buy mods out of the shop and farm the high-level slicing materials for 6-dot stuff. 8-speed. I might try again if the substats were better, but 8-speed with mediocre substats. Crit chance mod, if it also had crit chance somewhere in the substats, we'd be more interested. All right, let's go in here and upgrade to 9. Sell off everybody that didn't get speed. Looks like that defense mod's in here after all. It didn't end up working out. The defense mod with defense ends up on the chopping block. All right, we'll take this up to 12. And let's see what we've got for slicing. Doesn't look like we got anything new here. Oof. Rotten. This was a bad batch of mods. Okay, can't have everything. Back to purples. Let's take those up to 3. Open up all the stats. Go to gold and purple. Sell off everything that doesn't have speed. And then Take these guys up to 12. Go to our slicing. And see if we got anything here. This is new. Crit avoidance. Crit chance with crit avoidance. I need a good crit avoidance arrow or two in this account just in general. So I don't mind this. Ooh, look at that. 19 speed. We'll work on that more someday if we put it on a character. Not bad to have though, crit avoidance. Some characters or some builds like that. Okay. And then this is 10 speed on a gold mod. Not worth working on. Although the defense with protection is pretty nice. That's a chonky mod. Okay. That's going to be all we've got for that. So let's do mod characters. And let's see what we can put on Lando. I want to put some decent mods on him, but not too good. What does he need? What does he need? Physical damage, high variance, 30% short chance of scoring a critical hit. Physical damage to more than, if this is more than one critical hit. Okay. So he just wants to make critical hits. What's his crit chance look like? Ooh, 41.7. That's pretty awful. So let's see if we've got a crit chance. A mod with crit chance as the main stat. There's an offense mod with crit chance as the main stat. So with that in mind, then we will try to do an offense set and, you know, crit chance if it works out. There's one of our crit chance mods that we just farmed up. Put that on. We've got offense here. We could put that on. Crit chance here. That's way too good for this guy. Way too good. 8 speed. Fine. We'll put it on. Offense with offense. That's nice. And then we need a crit chance here somewhere. Speed and crit chance seems fine. We'll take that. Okay, so we're up to 70% crit chance. You know, because this character is going to be so important in a team someday. Once he's Relic, though, he can go in the Mon Mothma team, right? Because he is a rebel fighter. And Biggs is also a rebel fighter. We could have Biggs, Lando. Who else is rebel fighters that we're relicking for the Jabba journey anyway? Jin, Cassian, Biston are all on a team already. The Hoth Rebels. Trogan, Imwe. Alright, so there's not really other rebel fighters that we're building. Oh well. Oh well. So if we did make a Mon Mothma team, it'd be super weak. We'd have to build like a POW or something to put on it. POW. Okay, so let's check money. Let's see how much money we've got here. We're at 3.2 million galactic power. Every time we get extra money, we need to be spending it either on a team that we really want to build or on getting the account up toward 4 million for hard conquest. So those are our goals. We've been working on this triumvirate team. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to make any progress on the triumvirate team. Let's take a look at what we're missing here. Carbantes. If we can buy those out of the shop, we might just take a dose of Carbantes. Yeah, I think we will. Give Nihilus another level here. And he doesn't have mods. Yikes. Alright, so let's mod him, and also let's put some good mods on him. At least respectable. Let's see. Let's just... I think we'll just go with all defense mods with whatever's decent speed. Protection would be nice here. Or health. Guess we could take health. That's awful, though. 5 speed is the best we can do on our offset. Oof. Okay. Health, we'll take health. And then let's look at things that have... You know, I don't mind that crit avoidance for this guy. But let's look for defense, health, or crit avoidance on an arrow. Defense with defense. We'll take it. It's probably not going on another character anytime soon. Alright, so we crank up his armor. His armor's so low at this level that it's almost not even noticeable. But okay. Alright. That's what it is. We can we can throw that team at something in GAC now. Savage is pretty mediocre. Let's start these characters. We've got about 3 million, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put them at about level 50. And start to get the investment in these characters. Get a little gear, get a little galactic power here. Okay. Now let's go look and see if there's characters that we want shards from real quick. The Mandalorian. I wouldn't mind building this character for my bounty hunter team. We've got Grief Karga and a bunch of good stuff, so we'll take the extra shards from him. And we'll position his level. And I'm running out of money fast. I'm kind of doing what I need to do for my journey first. I don't have the funds to just bloat. Like if I took 3 or 4 weeks and did nothing but bloat the account, I could probably get to hard conquest. Maybe I should do that. All right. With the next raid payout, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to focus on money, credits, and we'll get as many credits as we can, and we'll start really making a concerted effort to bloat the account. It means I'll be able to buy less gear. But can't have everything. Where would you put it? All right. I tried the raid yesterday after my GAC, and everybody got killed on the very last wave. We made it to the last wave, and then they all died, which was very inconvenient. So we're going to try again today here real quick and see... switch up my strategy a little bit and really try to get through the waves faster. Because maybe what happened, I didn't go back and look, but maybe what happened was I took too long and the enemies enraged on that last wave. And if they enraged, it would explain why they just went crazy with the damage and killed all my guys. So we'll try to make sure that we get through the whole event before they enrage. That'll be the strategy right here. Okay. All right. Get rid of the buff on Droideka. Get potency up on everybody. And we really just want to kill the Droideka. So even though our mark was on somebody else, it's still the right thing to do to go after Droideka. All right. Plo will have to redo the potency up next time he has a turn. Alright, we'll take the first one. Wow, look at her go. Massive damage. Literally massive damage. Okay. Counterattacks. There we go. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Over on Droidica. Oops, she doesn't have potency up anymore. Oof. She doesn't have a life bar anymore. Yikes. Okay. Get this out of here. One attack with Yoda. Or is that two? May have lost track here. Okay, he's got the charged buff on, so we'll take the middle one here. Get rid of his charged buff. And in we go. Some counterattacks going on here. Alright, we'll take the we'll take the marked enemy this time. Shatter point enabled. Okay, good counterattacks there. Where are we at on our ult meter, on our enrage meter? 57%. So I think we're more than halfway through, right? Because we've taken two ships. So I think we're in good shape. Got a Droidica that's turtled up over there. You got to get either Qui-Gon or Lumi so that we can get rid of that buff. Okay, Qui-Gon or Lumi. Alright, here we go. That gets rid of it. And it's super annoying when this happens. He got turtled up like right at the start, and I couldn't get to him and killed the whole wave. And I'm just waiting. Alright. Not too bad, though. I don't think we got too much build up. 72%. Okay, and we're going to be able to get rid of that frustrated buff or whatever that's called that makes us attack back and do damage to ourselves and whatnot. Okay. Alright, counterattacks. Should make short work of this wave. Alright. Do that. And this should be it. This is the final, right? Yeah, and we're only at 80% in rage. I wonder what I was doing yesterday that left me with in a bad position with my enraged status. Okay, we've got both Droidicas turtled up. Let's get that one out of there. Ooh. We're going to have a gap in our potency up. Okay. And they kill Lumi. So they're definitely not enraged. Kind of at a loss for... I mean, this usually I just sweep through here no problem. We still have a removal. Yeah, it's going to be no issue. We're going to get it after all. But yeah, man, this run of the raid, keep losing characters. Lord Vader best GL. Long time no see. How we doing? Opinions on new Ahsoka. She looks purpose built to kill JMK and Queen Amidala and those things. Looks like a defensive kit to me. I don't know. When I saw Leia, when I first saw Leia, I said her kit looked defensive, and people thought she was an offensive character, but she's, at least what I see is she's mostly on defense. Look at this, Grand Arena rank 2. Wow. Check me out. Nice, that's a good bunch of crystals. But yeah, just at a first glance, Ahsoka looks like a powerhouse on defense. Absolute truck. And she's a tank. I honestly, I didn't call it her being a tank. But nope, that's not the right Ahsoka. Ahsoka Tano. All right, check her out. The ultimate, her ultimate's interesting, right? So the first time she gains ultimate, she uses it and gets all of these effects off on her Spectre allies. And then she actually gets a second ult. So like her ult will flip and become a new ult. And then I guess that's the repeatable one. So her initial ult, and then you activate it and you get this deflective ward on the second ult. And interesting stuff. It looks like if you get to that second ult, the team's unkillable. So that's what makes me think it looks like a defensive team. So basic dispels, deals physical damage twice, dispels all buffs. Shatter Strike puts off balance on them. And then Armor Shred. So it's interesting the way this is worded, right? Deal physical damage, inflict the enemy with 2 stacks, which can't be copied, dispelled, resisted, and then Armor Shred. Okay. Lightside Ally Recovery. And then this one, dispel all buffs and taunt. Dispel resilient defense from all allies for each stack dispelled. Gain all kinds of defense and mastery. So she's stacking up. And then there's More Eyes Wisdom. More Eyes Wisdom gives a character 15 speed, take 10% less damage. The leadership is a wall of text, right? This is another big text wall. But it's basically, Galactic Legend level leadership for Spectre. Then Mariah's Wisdom. So, yeah, I think she looks like really hard to beat. I can't think readily what's going to get through all of those defensive abilities. Of course, it may work differently than I think, But it feels like JMK would be a good counter, but then she specifically has stuff that punishes protection, right? I can't remember where it is, but enemies that use protection up get punished. Whenever an enemy gains protection up, Spectre allies gain 15% offense, stacking until the end of the battle. Whenever an enemy with less than 100% turn meter gains bonus turn meters, they take true damage. So yeah, it looks to me like JMK was the counter, and then they just stuck extra mechanics in there to make sure that JMK wouldn't be an easy counter against Ahsoka. I want Darth Tyrannus, Galactic Legend. The more words, the better. I don't really think she's Galactic Legend worthy. She's too similar to Fulcrum. Oh, looks wise, you mean? Like how the character looks in the game? The face? Because, I mean, she doesn't... her character itself doesn't look like Fulcrum. Doesn't act like Fulcrum. Her Leku got shorter. What? Isn't that what you call those things? Leku. Her Leku are longer as Commander Ahsoka Tano. Right? Don't these grow as the character gets older? So, like, this newest version of Ahsoka should have, like, a lot more length on her tails there, right? Same white lightsabers and stuff. Oh, in real Star Wars. Yeah. It grows every time they lie. Oh, like a Pinocchio. It's a Pinocchio effect. All right, let's go take a look at ships real quick. We've got this Malevolence. And we got to get Grievous geared up a little more. I mean, this count's going on this long, and I buy Grievous out of the fleet store every time I see him, and I still don't have a 7-star Grievous. 67 weeks of play, and I haven't been able to purchase him to 7 stars out of the fleet store yet. Okay, is there anything here that we really need to level up? Basic does more damage if we level it up. This gives more turn meter. I think that's probably the one we want to put effort into. This one just gets more damage, and until we can do a lot, it's probably not worth it. All right, we'll save prestige. We'll wait, try to get Grievous another level. I don't think there's any other ships that we're really needing to work on at the moment. Clone Sergeant can get a promotion, I guess. We could build one of these other ships. First Order TIE Fighter. Lots of stuff we could build. Rex, we could get Rex's ship going. Why would we? I don't think we care about Rex's ship too much. Got to start buying the Negotiator with my shards now. I would rather have a 5-star Negotiator and a 5-star Malevolence than to keep working on Malevolence. So I'm going to switch over, start farming up Negotiator, but that's like, 8 months away or something. I don't think there's anything in ships that I want to work on right now. I'll just save the money. Okay, so we're set up. We're set up. We will work on farming characters out of the cantina for the next couple weeks. We'll work on Lando. We'll get back to Skiff Lando, and then we'll try to see if we can finish out that Jedi Knight Luke journey, which means I got to buy more Hermit Yoda shards. Yeah, so that's what we'll do. There's a plan. The plan is in place. Let's execute. Lord Vader says I did the same thing, but I got Grievous quite quickly. Like before halfway, I'd say. Except I got Negotiator instead of Malevolence. Yeah, when I did the Optitio project, I think I had Grievous 7 stars within like, I don't know. I want to say like 6 months. Maybe 8 months. By the time I got Malevolence to 5 stars, he was already a 7-star Grievous. So, it's just either really bad statistics or something. He just doesn't show up for me. But we'll get him eventually. Luckily, we're not in a hurry for him. So we get time. They need to fix Scythe. Yeah, the Scythe not working against the Leviathan fleet anymore. It's pretty brutal. All right, y'all. Well, I'm going to have to wrap it up here and get over to my Dungeons & Dragons stream. For anybody who doesn't know, I live play Dungeons & Dragons on Monday night at 7 o'clock Central Time U.S. That's 3 minutes from now. So I got to bounce on out of here, get over to those guys, and play some D&D. Thanks to everybody who came out and watched me working on my Lex Talionis account. Appreciate all you guys. Hope it was entertaining. Please come back next week. See if you got any questions, just ask. If they're Swiggle questions, I'll try to get you a good answer. If they're just random life questions, I'll either give you a good answer or at least something that's funny for everybody. So hope to see you back here next week. Please remember to hit that like button on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. Subscribe, notification bell, Discord links up above and down below, all the usual stuff. You guys know what's up. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next Holocron.